Why your first fish tank should be hoogie. Everything you've been told about starting a fish tank is a lie. You've been told a tiny 5 or 10 gallon tank is cheaper and easier for a beginner. That is completely wrong. That one piece of advice is the #1 reason people fail at keeping fish. It's why they get frustrated, their fish die, and they quit this incredible hobby. Today, I'm going to prove to you, with science and real-world proof, why the only secret to a stress-free, amazing aquarium is to go big. The mission of this channel is to bust bad advice, and the biggest myth is that small tanks are easy. It's a fatal mistake that guarantees you'll have a bad time fighting a losing battle against chemistry. We're not just keeping fish alive, we're building an entire underwater universe. The foundation of that universe isn't the filter, the lights, or the fish. It's the water. The most important decision you will ever make happens before you add a single drop, and that is picking the size of the tank. I get the appeal. You walk into a store, see a cheap 10-gallon starter kit, and think it's a low-risk experiment. It is a trap. Here's the fundamental problem. A small amount of water is physically unstable. Think of a cup of coffee on a hot day. It gets hot in minutes. A swimming pool's temperature barely changes. That's physics, and it's the same principle for your aquarium. In a small tank, any tiny mistake, one extra pinch of food, a fish dying when you're not home, can trigger a complete nuclear meltdown. These tanks have zero room for error, and as a beginner, you are going to make errors. That's why these so-called beginner kits are a scam. They are expert-level tanks hiding in a box marked easy. So why is a bigger tank the solution? One word: stability. A larger volume of water is a massive cheat code that absorbs your mistakes and gives you an insane advantage. First, the power of dilution. This is the most important secret. If someone has an accident in a hot tub, you are getting out of there. But the ocean is full of waste from millions of animals, and nobody runs screaming from the beach. The only difference is the incredible volume of water diluting everything until it's harmless. Your fish produce waste as ammonia, which is deadly poison. In a tiny 10-gallon tank, that poison builds up like a drop of poison in a drinking glass. In a 40-gallon tank, the same drop is in a bathtub. The concentration is far lower, giving you and your tank's ecosystem time to deal with it. Second, it tames the dreaded nitrogen cycle. Don't be scared. It's a simple, 3-step cleanup process. Step 1. Fish produce toxic ammonia. Step 2. Beneficial bacteria convert that into toxic nitrite. Step 3. A second type of bacteria converts nitrite into much safer nitrate. This process is called cycling. In a small tank, ammonia and nitrite can spike to lethal levels overnight. In a huge tank, those spikes are smaller and slower. The water volume keeps the poison diluted while your bacteria army grows, making it a gentle, easy ramp up. Third, you won't accidentally cook your fish. A small tank's temperature swings like crazy. A broken heater, which happens all the time, can boil a small tank in under an hour. A larger tank heats up and cools down extremely slowly, giving you a massive window to notice the problem and save the day. The same stability applies to other parameters like pH, and if that wasn't enough, the benefits keep coming. A larger tank is just better for you and the fish. For one, your fish will actually be happy. Many popular beginner fish like tetras are schooling fish that need groups of 6 or more to feel safe. That's impossible in a 10-gallon tank. In a 40-gallon, you can have huge, thriving schools that act natural. More space also means less stress and fewer bullies. You also get insane freedom. A bigger tank is a giant canvas for you to build an epic aquascape with cool plants, rocks, and wood. Your choice of fish also explodes. That angelfish you want? It needs a tall tank. Those sea bradanios? They need a long tank. A bigger tank lets you keep the fish you actually want, not just the few that can survive in a showbox. Finally, let's destroy the maintenance myth. A big tank is not more work. A small, unstable tank has you stressed out, constantly testing water and doing emergency water changes. A large, stable tank needs less of your attention. Yes, the weekly water change uses more water, but the total time and stress you spend is way less because you're not constantly putting out fires. So when I say go big, I'm not telling you to get a 200-gallon monster. There's a Goldilocks zone that is perfect for beginners. First, forget anything under 20 gallons. I am begging you, just pretend they don't exist. The absolute sweet spot is between 20 and 40 gallons. A 20-gallon long is a fantastic start. A 29-gallon is popular for a reason. But if you have the space and budget, a 40-gallon breeder is the ultimate beginner tank. It's unbelievably stable and gives you a huge area to keep an active community of fish. Yes, the initial cost will be higher, but I promise you that upfront investment will save you a fortune in the long run on dead fish, medication, and the bigger tank you'll have to buy anyway after your first experiment fails. Spend the money now to save a fortune later. Let me know in the comments right now. Have you ever fallen into the small tank trap? Did you start with a tiny kit and struggle? Share your story. Your experience might be the one thing that saves someone else from quitting. The start small advice is the worst, most well-intentioned lie in the hobby. It sets new people up for the exact failure it claims to prevent. The secret to a fun, stress-free start in fish keeping is stability. And in the aquarium world, stability comes from volume. A bigger tank is your safety net. It dilutes toxins, stops deadly temperature and chemistry swings, and gives your fish a healthy, thriving home. Don't start your journey on nightmare mode. Give yourself the gift of forgiveness that a larger tank provides. Make the single best decision for your future fish and your own sanity. Start big enough to win. If this video just saved you from a massive headache, do me a favor and destroy that subscribe button for more myth-busting aquarium advice. You can check out this playlist right here for a step-by-step guide on setting up your first tank the perfect way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.